So I know that this is long overdue, but since we are looking specifically at the hand, I thought it necessary to look at the cutaneous innervation of the hand. So that is going to be our topic today. And again, it's going to be a faceless video. So let me just take this off, place this down. So this is what you're going to be using. So let me just orient you guys. So this here is the anterior view of our hand, and then this is the posterior view of our hand. As you can see on the anterior view of our hand, we have the transverse digital creases that we talked about last time. We have the transverse palmar creases, the longitudinal palmar creases, the wrist creases. Then we have this here, what is known as, I actually left it out, and this here, what you can see, this is the radial longitudinal crease. This here, right? This. It is the radial longitudinal crease that actually this here, this lining here, that actually partially encircles what is known as the thinner eminence. So I left that out last time. The radial longitudinal crease, as well as here we have at the thumb, we have what is known as the metacarpophalangeal crease, and then we have an interphalangeal joint crease. So this is the metacarpophalangeal joint crease, and then this is the interphalangeal joint crease. So as I say, these are the wrist creases. So this is the anterior view of the hand with the palmar surface of the hand pointing at the ceiling, and then this here is the posterior view where you can see the dorsum of the hand. And as you can see, I just try to draw for you guys some knuckles here. So that is the orientation on the presentation that you guys can see here. So what we're going to do, this is going to be actually a short video, and what we're going to be doing, we're going to list down the nerve that gives us cutaneous branches to the hand, and then talk about the area where that cutaneous branch innervates, and then I will draw for you the area on the hand where that specific branch innervates. So now let's begin. So now I'm going to be using this here. So I'm just going to place this on the side. So I'm going to be using this. So this is going to be the paper on which I will be doing all the writing, and then I will be doing the drawing using this paper with the diagrams, the anterior and posterior view and posterior views of the hand. So now let's begin with the median nerve. The median nerve. The median nerve. I'm going to try to make these letters as big as possible for you guys to easily see. The median nerve. So the median nerve has a number of cutaneous branches to the hand. First and foremost, it has what is known as the palmar cutaneous branch or nerve. Number two, it has the branches that arise from it as it enters the hand, the recurrent being a motor branch, but now we're not looking at the recurrent branch because it's a motor branch, so we only want its cutaneous branches as it enters the hand. So first and foremost, we have its lateral branch, or the lateral nerve, lateral branch, as well as number three, we have its medial branch. So these are the different cutaneous branches of the median nerve to the hand. So now we're going to begin with the palmar cutaneous branch. So it innervates skin at the central and lateral palm and the skin over the thinner eminence. So it innervates, just going to just write it down here, skin at central and lateral palm and lateral palm, as well as skin over the thinner eminence. The thinner eminence. So now after this, I'm going to show you the area using my diagram here, specifically the anterior view. So now, using this diagram, so this is the area. So let me get my marker to show you guys, give you guys some patterns. So it innervates. So if I can now show you on the diagram, it innervates this area here on the central, as well as the skin on the lateral. If I can just show you here. So this whole area here, this whole area, around here, this area here, this area will be taken up by the palmar cutaneous branch of the median nerve. So this area around here. So now I'm going to just use a marker. So this area here, where I can see the red dots, is innervated by the palmar cutaneous branch of the median nerve. So now that is the palmar cutaneous branch of the median nerve. So we are done with this. So now let's look at the lateral branch of the median nerve. So the lateral branch of the median nerve innervates the palmar and distal dorsal aspects of the thumb and lateral or radial half of the index finger. So it innervates the palmar and distal. So this one here was the first, was when we were looking at the palmar cutaneous branch of the median nerve. So the palmar and distal dorsal aspects of thumb and radial or lateral half of the index finger. So now let me now show you that area. So here we are looking at this area here. So this here we are looking at the lateral branch of the median nerve. So now let me show you that area on my diagram here, specifically the anterior view. So let me take this out, place it aside. So now this area here, so it innervates this area here. So this whole area here, this whole area on the palmar surface of the thumb, as well as the palmar surface of the radial half or lateral half of the index finger. So this whole area here. This whole area here. I don't know if I've made it half, but just going to try to fix that with the marker. So that whole area, so let me use a green marker this time. So this whole area where you can see the green dots, that is as we said, the lateral branch innervates the palmar. So this is the palmar surface. So this area here, this whole area. So I'm just going to try to fix that half of the index, the radial half of our index finger. So this whole area here is innervated by the lateral branch of the median nerve, as well as we said, the distal dorsal aspects of the thumb and index finger. So this area here, where you can see these green dots, as well as this area here. So we said I'm sorry for this mistake. So we said this half here, this radio half will be innervated by the lateral branch of the median nerve. So the lateral branch of the median nerve, as we said, it innervates the palmar and distal dorsal aspects of the thumb and the radial half of the index finger, this side and this half here on its distal dorsal aspect on the radial side. So now we are done with the lateral branch of the median nerve. So now let's look at the medial branch. So the medial branch, it innervates. So it innervates skin on the palmar and distal dorsal aspects of, first and foremost, the medial half of the index finger, this remaining medial half on the index finger, as well as the palmar and distal dorsal aspects of the middle finger, and palmar and distal dorsal aspects of at the radial half of the ring finger. So it innervates the palmar and distal dorsal aspects of, first and foremost, radial half of index finger, the whole of the middle finger, and the radial half. So sorry, this one here was it innervates the medial half, so not the radial half. Sorry guys. So I'm just going to take this out. So here we have the medial half of the index, finger, the whole of the middle finger, as well as the radial half, of the ring finger. So that is the area innervated by the medial branch to the median of the median nerve. So now let me show you that area on our diagram here. So this area, so I'm going to use this time a blue. So this remaining area here, where you can see the blue dots, this whole area here, this medial half of the index finger, the whole of the middle finger, this whole area here, as well as the radial half of the ring finger. This whole area, as you can see, will be innervated by the medial branch of the median nerve, as well as their distal dorsal aspect. So it means that this remaining half of the distal dorsal aspect, this remaining half on the distal dorsal aspect of the index finger will be innervated by the medial branch of the median nerve. So this whole area as well on our middle finger, the distal dorsal aspect will be innervated by the medial branch of the median nerve, as well as the radial half of the distal dorsal aspect of the ring finger. So that area is innervated by Medial branch of the median nerve. So that's all about. That is all about the median nerve. So now we can head on to another nerve. So we can now look at what is known as the radial nerve. So the radial nerve. So the radial nerve. Just bring the light closer. The radial nerve. So the radial nerve has one cutaneous branch of the hand, which is known as its superficial branch. Superficial branch. And its superficial branch will innervate first and foremost the lateral half at the dorsum of the hand, as well as the proximal portions. So it innervates the lateral half at the dorsum of the hand and the thumb, and the proximal portions of we're now looking at the dorsum of the hand. So it innervates the lateral half at the dorsum of the hand as well as the thumb, and it innervates the proximal portions of the index finger, the middle finger, as well as the lateral proximal portion at the dorsum of the ring finger. So this lateral half at the dorsum of the ring finger is innervated by the superficial branch of the radial nerve. So as we said, the lateral half at dorsum of hand as well as the thumb of hand and thumb we also talked about the proximal portions, and why they call them proximal portions is because the distal dorsal aspects have already been taken. So the proximal portions of the index finger, the index, middle, and radial or lateral half of ring finger. So that is the area that innervated by the superficial branch of the radial nerve. So this whole area here. So let me use a red this time. And I'm going to use a different pattern of red. So this whole area here, where I'm placing my X's, this whole area here, this whole area, this whole area here, down here, the proximal portion, and as we said, I'm going to use my pen to make this outline here. So this whole area here, the radial half of the index finger, of the ring finger. So this whole area, as you can see, it will be innervated by the superficial branch of the radial nerve, as well as this portion here on the anterior aspect of, bring it closer to you guys, this area here on the anterior view of the hand, this area here. That area will be innervated by the superficial branch, this area here. Just going to try to, that area here. So that area, just try to make it more clear for you guys, this area here. that area is innervated by the superficial branch of the radial nerve. So now we are done with the radial nerve. So let's look finally at the ulnar nerve. So let me just bring this closer. So now this was our A. This is B. And then now let's look at our part C, which is the ulnar nerve. The ulnar nerve. So the ulnar nerve also has a couple of branches to the hand. It has, first and foremost, it has, similarly to the median nerve, it also has a palmar cutaneous branch. It also has a superficial branch. And then number 3, it has a dorsal branch. So its palmar cutaneous branch, let's begin with this. Its palmar cutaneous branch will innervate the skin at the base of the medial palm, overlying the medial carpus. As I said, it innervates the skin at the proximal medial palm, as well as skin overlying the medial carpus. So it innervates skin at base of medial palm, overlying the medial carpus. So that is the area innervated by the palmar cutaneous branch of the of the ulnar nerve. So now let me show you that area on our hand. So here, this area here, so this area around here, this area around here, and when we talk about the medial carpus, what comes to mind is couple bones like the pisiform triquetrum, right? So now I'm going to use a green again, but I'm going to use a different pattern of green. So for the palmar cutaneous branch, no, let me use the black because I haven't yet used black. So let me use black. So I'm going to use yeah. So this area here at the base of medial palm, so this area here at the base of medial palm, overlying the medial carpus, is innervated by the palmar cutaneous branch of the ulnar nerve. So now let's look at the superficial branch. So the superficial branch will innervate. So the superficial branch will innervate. Let me just place it down here. So it will innervate the palmar and distal dorsal aspects of, so it will innervate the palmar and distal dorsal aspects, first and foremost at the medial half of the ring finger and the whole of the little finger, as well as their proximal portions, these proximal portions here. So it will innervate the palmar and distal aspects of, or at, the medial half of ring finger and the little finger, as well as the proximal portions, the proximal portions of those digits on the palmar surface. So if I'm now to use, I think let me use my black again, but I'm going to use, of course, a different pattern of black. So this area here, where you can see the black X's, so this whole area, the medial half of the ring finger, as well as the proximal palmar portion, as well as the palmar surface of the little finger. So that area there is innervated by the superficial branch of the radial nerve, of the ulnar nerve, by the superficial branch of the ulnar nerve, as well as the distal aspects of these digits. This area here, where you can see that, this area here, as well as the distal aspect of the little finger. So this area here. So that is the cutaneous innervation of the superficial branch of the ulnar nerve. So finally, let's look at the dorsal branch of the ulnar nerve. So the dorsal branch of the ulnar nerve will innervate the medial aspect at the dorsum of the hand, as well as the proximal portions of, first and foremost, the medial half of the ring finger, as well as the proximal portion at the dorsum of the little finger. So this whole area here. So now I'm going to use the final color, which is, I can now use blue, this time with X's, right? So this whole area, the medial aspect at the dorsum of the hand, this whole area here will be innervated by the dorsal branch of the ulnar nerve, as well as the proximal portion of the medial half of the ring finger, as well as the little finger. So that whole area will be innervated by the dorsal branch of the ulnar nerve. So as we said, finally, the medial aspect at dorsum of hand, so I'm just separating from this. This one here was when we were looking at the superficial branch. This. So here at the dorsum, the medial aspect at the dorsum of hand, and the proximal portions, of little finger, and the medial half of ring finger. And we've just demonstrated the area on our diagram here. This. So that is all about the cutaneous innervation of the hand. So guys, as you can see, we have, so this is our whole diagram filled up. Just add here another black X just to fill up our diagram in this area here. So we finally come to the end of this video. If you learned something new from this video, please like, comment in the comment section, And if you haven't yet subscribed, guys, please subscribe. Okay, guys, till next time. Bye bye.